The exploits of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Chelsea and Spurs this summer have been super clear for all to see, but there are some clubs who have also been doing some really impressive business away from the spotlight. Today we're going to be shedding some light on some of those teams. These are 10 clubs who are quietly going crazy in this transfer window. Let's start with Ajax. Nobody seems to be really paying attention to them, but they're really having a decent 2026 summer transfer window. They re-signed Daley Blind for free from Girona, got Marcos Leonardo for less than 20 million euros from Al-Hilal, signed Tolu Arokodare on loan from Wolves, and got Stegen on loan from Barcelona. Not to forget that they also signed a new coach this summer, Míchel, the manager who had Girona in a title race in the Spanish top flight just 2 years ago. That is already a pretty good window as it is, but they're not done just yet. They've also been in conversation with Dani Ceballos and Azzedine Ounahi for some weeks now, and it's expected that at least one of those midfielders will join this summer. The Dutch Giants are really going crazy, but nobody is paying attention to them. You know who else has been quietly going crazy? Fiorentina. They had a real scare last season, being in a relegation fight for most of the campaign, but they eventually survived. Not wanting to be in that situation ever again, they've decided to do some real business this summer. They have completed the signings of Inau Uali, Arthur Atta, Vieri, Giovanni Fabian, Victor Valdepeñas, and Marco Bresciani, which are all decent additions to their squad. But let's even say we want to only talk about big names. They have those as well. They've signed Radu Dragusin on loan from Spurs and Alex Jimenez on loan from Bournemouth. They also tried tirelessly to get Tolu Arokodare from Wolves, but the Nigerian striker ended up joining Ajax instead. And they got a new coach too, reaching an agreement with World Cup winner Fabio Grosso. Not been a bad window so far, has it? But Fiorentina is not even the only Italian club quietly going crazy this summer. There are a couple more and we'll talk about them in a second. But before that, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so that you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Okay, now back to the video. Wolves is another club that surely belongs on this list. They just got relegated from the Premier League, but they've been moving like a top-flight club this summer. They've somehow managed to sign two big names in Raul Jimenez and Kieran Trippier for absolutely no transfer fee, whilst also earning 40 million euros from the sale of Joao Gomez. For a freshly relegated club, this is not a bad window at all. To date, people are still wondering how they managed to convince Jimenez and Trippier to leave their Premier League clubs and come to play in the Championship. But you want to know one club that absolutely nobody is talking about but has actually been doing a lot of good business this summer? It's Panathinaikos. People barely talk about the Greek clubs at all, but this summer Panathinaikos has been doing some really shrewd business. They signed Inaki Peña from Barcelona for 3 million euros, got Victor Christensen on loan from Leicester City, and then signed Stefan de Vrij for free from Inter Milan. Just like that, they have given their backline a proper facelift with players who've played and thrived in Europe's biggest leagues. In fact, in de Vrij and Peña, they have league winners and a UEFA Champions League finalist. The kind of mental boost that they can get from signings like these is unquantifiable. Now, remember we said that there are a couple more Italian clubs in this video. One of them is Como. First of all, they were able to keep Cesc Fabregas after qualifying for the UEFA Champions League for the first time in their history, which was certainly a huge deal for them. But they've done more than that so far. They thought they would be losing Nico Paz this summer, but they were able to strike a deal with Real Madrid, which ensured that they would keep him for at least one more season. They also signed Luis Milla, who finished with the second most assists in La Liga last season, behind only Lamine Yamal. Add Trevor Chalobah, John Lukumi, and Yan Couto, whose deals are pretty much done, and you can see how good a summer this has been for Como. But here's the thing, we have a feeling that these guys are not done just yet. You can just tell that these guys will continue to go hard until deadline day to further strengthen their team so that they can compete in the Serie A and the Champions League. Now, Benfica is another club that's been moving with intent this summer. They've signed John Duran on loan from Al Nassr, Enzo Barrenechea for 12 million euros from Aston Villa, and Clement Longley for free from Atletico Madrid. Just like that, they have improved their attack, midfield and defence with players who have played in the top flight of either Spain or England. Not bad at all. Up next is Fenerbahce. Away from the spotlight, they've been doing some really good business in this window. They've signed Nathan Ake from Manchester City for less than £10 million, signed La Liga's second highest goalscorer, Vedu Mariki, for €15.5 million from Mallorca, got Mason Greenwood for €39 million from Marseille, and they're now making a move to get Rafael Leao from AC Milan. It's quite clear that these guys are tired of playing second fiddle to Galatasaray in the Turkish league, so they're now quietly making moves that will allow them to make a real impact in the coming season. Away from Europe, Al-Hilal have really caught the eye. They have signed Saudi Arabia number 1 Mohammed Al-Awais for free from Al-Ula. But of course, the big one is the Crescenzio Somerville transfer from West Ham for €64.5 million. A Saudi club being able to go into a bidding war with top European clubs like AS Roma and Man United and come out on top is a really big feat, especially when it's for a 24-year-old player and not a 34-year-old one. But they're not stopping there. They're also planning to snatch another gem from the English league. They have their eyes on Iliman Ndiaye, a 26-year-old attacker who's been linked with Liverpool and Man United. And they look like they can really get him. Yes, Al-Hilal signed Benzema, Bono, Koulibaly, Cancelo and even Neymar in the past. But they were all past their prime at that point and not many clubs were fighting for their signature. Being able to snatch 2 young players from the Premier League at the expense of European giants would be a truly historic window for Al-Hilal. And if they're able to get Ndiaye, it might just fuel them to go for one more steal. You can't put it past them, can ya? Those guys are really going crazy in this window. Now let's talk about West Ham. They might not have signed big names like Wolves, but it's not been a bad window for them so far, considering they now find themselves in the Championship. They've been able to keep Jared Bowen, and that is such a massive deal for them. With top clubs like Liverpool being heavily linked to the player, it felt like the Hammers would lose him for sure. But being able to keep him despite relegation feels like a big signing for them. And on top of that, they have earned over €160 million from the sale of just 2 players, which is more than you would normally expect from a freshly relegated club. Not a bad window at all for them, all things considered. Now, the other Italian club on this list is none other than Inter Milan. People aren't really paying attention to them this year, but they are low-key going super crazy this summer. They've already signed John Stones for free from Man City, and they've made the signing of Manuel Akanji permanent. They've also spent just €3 million to acquire Ivan Provedel from Lazio to replace Jan Sommer. But that's not all. They are in active pursuit of both Christian Romero and Jed Spence from Spurs. If they can land both, oh, what a window that would be for them. Anyway, it's now time to hear from you guys. Are there more clubs that you know of that have been quietly going crazy this summer? Tell us about them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notifications so that you never miss out on new content. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.